Hi friends, I'm sitting here with Guddu in my lap. Her name is Princess, but she has many nicknames, and one of her nicknames is Guddu. And Guddu is the mother or grandmother of most of our cats, I think all of our cats currently. And she has a special place in our life. Uh, we are living in a global village. After globalization, maybe even before that, but I think the internet revolution that has been brought about by WhatsApp, by the ability to chat with people in large numbers uh, in WhatsApp groups, and people may be sitting in different parts of the country. They may be sitting in their house, they may be sitting in their offices, they may be all over the world. They may be sitting in a cold place in Canada, they may be sitting in a hot on a hot beach in Goa. So all of these people sit together in a WhatsApp group. It is a bit like a meeting of a village. I think they call it a chowpal or chopal. Sitting under a banyan tree on a chabutra or a platform, a katta. People used to have these meetings. People used to sit together at tea shops. Now the same intimacy of the tea shop, the chowpal, the dhaba is found in a WhatsApp group. And people are in touch 24/7. Some of the people, we switch off our mobiles at 2 in the morning. Some people don't even switch off their mobiles at all. But some of us switch it off at 2 in the morning, 2 a.m. and switch it on first thing in the morning at 6 a.m. And we look at the messages and we respond to messages. We sit on the toilet pot and respond to messages. We take calls sitting in the toilet. We don't even switch off our phones during lunch and dinner, and I know people who will respond to WhatsApp calls during movies, or it's very intense. Our networking, our communications are very intense. We are very intensely tied together in interest groups. It is not about geographical proximity, it is about what we are interested in. So there are WhatsApp groups of lawyers fighting for a certain cause, and they may be sitting across the country. I'm on some of these WhatsApp groups. They may be sitting across the country and they are able to communicate all the time. I am the admin of some WhatsApp groups of victims of builders. Large numbers of victims. 100, 200 in some projects, 400, 500, 800 in some projects. Large numbers of people who come together, who exchange views. There are people who just listen like any other group. They will be just listening passively and sometimes participating. Now, this is the intimacy with which the world is living, is sharing information. The reason I'm saying this is the judiciary has not moved with the times. The meaning of the word publish has not changed. But the times have changed. And technology has changed us. It has changed the way we interact. It has changed the way we look at boundaries. I have a WhatsApp group which is for my family. Like just the four of us, my wife, my two kids and I. We are on one WhatsApp group. My mom is not on that WhatsApp group because basically we are a little bit scared that कहीं उनको कुछ हमारे कहने सुनने में खराब न लग जाए. You know. Here you are, for example, you're watching me with my cat. You know, you might as well have been sitting in my house. You might as well have been meeting with me. I'm sitting here in my bedroom. It is just as easy that you might have been sitting with me in my bedroom, sipping a cup of tea with me. This is the kind of intimacy that we have on WhatsApp group and on YouTube also. It's almost one-on-one. When people write comments, they write nasty comments, I do feel insulted. I do feel angry. I feel hurt. You know, when someone appreciates me, I feel happy. I read each and every comment. I may not respond to each and every comment, or I may not promptly like each and every comment, but I read each and every comment. And I think about it. It's very intense. We are communicating with thousands of people, but it is still very one-on-one. Now, I keep coming back to this because one of the things that are being decided in tomorrow's order, Monday's order, by Bombay High Court is, have I committed contempt by keeping you in the loop about the ongoing case? Is that contempt? When I am narrating to you, when I am explaining to you, when I am sharing my perceptions with you about what the case is, where the case currently is, and which way it can go in future, am I committing contempt? The opposite party says I am. The opposite party says I am, I don't know, what's the expression? I think prejudicing, I don't remember the expression, but it is a form of contempt. To speak your mind publicly about what the court is doing or should be doing is evidently a form of contempt. To influence the public about what the court should be doing is evidently a form of contempt. That is what the other side is arguing. And if this is true, then even what I am doing right now, what I am doing today, what I am discussing today, this matter, what we are doing right now, this intimate moment between you and me, is contempt. And speculating about what order we will have tomorrow. I am thinking and I am sharing my thoughts with you. Evidently, that is contempt. And it can attract all the punishments that contempt can attract, including, of course, deletion of the video, but not limited to deletion of this video. And deletion of this video means that, let us understand again, it means that not only 1.3 billion people in India will not be able to see this video. Of course, 1.3 billion are not interested. Maybe 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 people may be interested in seeing this video eventually over a period of 2 or 3 or 4 months. Not only that, but 7 billion people of the world, people sitting in US, in all sorts of places, UK, Australia, China, Nigeria, you name it. 7 billion people will be prevented from seeing this video if it is taken off the air, if it is blocked, because it is supposedly contempt. So I am supposedly committing a global scale crime sitting here in my bedroom, a crime against the judiciary, and it is supposedly in public interest and in the interest of justice, and maybe even supposedly an interim relief to the plaintiff to delete this video. How does that make sense to you? Does it make sense? Is it making any sense to you? I'm asking this, I'm raising this question not only on my own behalf. I know there must be others. If I am suffering this situation, I'm not suffering, by the way. Let me tell you this very clearly. I'm not suffering. I'm in this situation. I'm not suffering. I've made this situation. It is of my own making. So there is no suffering here. But if I'm in this situation where I am forced to choose between communicating with the public and honoring a court judgment, a court order where I am supposed to bottle up all my thoughts. I know there are others. I know there must be hundreds or thousands of others sitting in different towns of India, and they must be having different cases, and in their cases also orders may have been passed. Don't speak about this to anyone else. And not everybody may be as public as I am, but they would still like to talk to their relatives, their friends, the people who are in their interest groups, their WhatsApp groups, and they are being muzzled. They are not allowed to speak. And if they speak, if they communicate on WhatsApp group and say, you know what, this court order went very badly against me and I think the judge is prejudiced, or I think the opposite side lawyer has been unfair, and these are natural human feelings when people will speak in this way. And if they do that and the opposite side comes to know, they will take that WhatsApp message and they will call upon the court to issue notice of contempt to these people. Obviously, I am doing this in the teeth of court orders. Most people don't. They just keep quiet. They are frozen by fear, by awe of the court. And I am making this video to ask you, is this fair? Is this correct? Is this what we want the Indian citizen to be like? Is this how we are supposed to live? I don't know. I don't think so. I am not convinced at all that this is how I would like to live the rest of my life. If this is the correct, if this is the stand that the court takes, I hope that the court is enlightened in its view and does not take this kind of a stand. And this is something we will know tomorrow, by the way. There's going to be an order, and that order will state, I think, quite clearly whether what I am doing is legitimate or illegitimate. And even at the cost of committing contempt, I am going to put that order before you guys, and I am going to analyze that order. I'm going to analyze it. I'll try to be fair, of course. I'm subjective, I'm a human being. Of course, my own point of view will come across strongly. But analyzing that order tomorrow will tell us whether what I'm doing today, what I'm doing tomorrow, what I'm communicating with you guys, is it contempt? And that will be an indication of the shape of things to come. Let us look at it very, very closely. We cannot let our liberties slip away from our hands like this. Thank you guys. Have a great day.